So today I'm going to demonstrate the 0 degree haircut. The 0 degree is also known as an all one length, a blunt cut, a bob, no elevation. We start with dampening the hair. That gives us more control over the hair. And then we're going to part the hair into 4 quadrants. Parting the hair into 4 quadrants, we start by parting the hair down the center, all the way to the back, making sure our partings are clean and straight. That gives us more definition, more control over our haircut, because we're not working with the whole head. Then we find, after we part it down the center, we find the top of the head, the apex, part down to the middle of each ear. And we pin it off. This is quadrant, the first quadrant we're going to pin off. Work in a uniform manner around the head. That way it's more clean and precise. That way you'll always know where you start and when you stop. Pinning up our next section. Moving to the other side of the head, parting from the apex down to the middle of the ear. Pinning up our next back section. And then our last section in the front. These will be our 4 quadrants. And George's beard is getting in my way. That we're going to work with for the 0 degree haircut. So therefore, you have your 2 front quadrants and your 2 back quadrants. Okay. Now that we've established our quadrants, we're going to drop a 1/2 inch guideline around the entire head. This becomes our picture frame. So, and our guide to know what length we're going to cut at. So we'll start here in the front, pinning off, taking and dropping our guideline, following the hairline. Now keep in mind, when working around the temple area and following the hairline, that means your parting is going to come back a little bit and then back down, because the hair recedes in the temple, so you need to make sure you have a guideline for that area as well, or you're going to make big holes. Parting it all the way around and pinning off the rest of the hair. Moving to our back section. And if your hair dries out during your haircut, make sure you keep it damp. It gives you even tension. Okay, moving to this back side here. Pinning that off. And our last section in the front. Now before I started the haircut, before you start your haircut, you need to make sure you sanitize your hands. We do our client, greet our client, do our client consultation, sanitize our hands, and drape our client. Okay, now that I've dropped my guideline around the entire head, we're going to start in the center back. Tilt the head forward. That gives us a flat surface to cut against. We will start in the center back with no elevation, holding the hair straight down this way. That way, if we elevate, we're going to get layering and tapering, which is not what we were after. This is a 0 degree, a blunt cut. So come down and cut below your fingers That way you keep tension on the hair and you don't take it too short. Bring your next section out, and we're working from center to out to each ear. Then you do center to this ear, center to this ear. Coming down, the section you just cut is your guideline, and cut the next section. Keeping your hand horizontal and parallel with the floor because you're wanting a straight cut. All the partings for a 0 degree are done horizontally. Now that I've cut my back, this is my guideline in the back. We will take and do the front later. Right now we're just going to concentrate on the back. So I've cut my back. I check to make sure it's visually even before I bring down my next section. We're going to take 1/2 inch horizontal partings and bring them down. We want our partings large enough to cut, but small enough so we can see our guide through them. So there, you can see the guide through that. And then my next section is coming down. So I go back to the center, come down to my guideline, and cut. And then I'm going to work out to each ear. We bring both sections down at the same time from both quadrants. It's just time efficient. Okay, that's my next section. I'm going to take my next parting and bring it down. Come back to the center and cut your next section, working out to each ear. You're going to complete this step all the way to the top crown, where the apex, where your 4 quadrants meet. Now, if your hair has some layering to it, you will find that you won't have anything to cut as you move up. I'm still working from the center out to each ear. And I'm noticing that my hair, my partings are getting thinner because I am starting to run out of hair as I go to the top. So for time purposes, I'm going to drop the last half of this. But if you have really thick hair and it is already all one length, you would continue taking your 1/2 inch partings all the way up to the top of the head. Come down center, working out to each ear, cleaning it up. Working out to this ear on this side, cleaning it up. Now that I've completed my back, we're going to cross-check it. Cross-checking is always checking the haircut in the opposite way you cut. So since we cut horizontally, we're going to check vertically. You take your center parting, you comb it down to a 0 degree to make sure that it's all one length. Notice how my fingers are parallel to the floor. They're coming down to a 0 degree. If you have any hair that travels past your fingers, that's what you need to clean up. If it happens to be a big section and you're noticing quite a bit traveling, that means you missed a section somewhere and you need to go back and find where you missed it and do that section again. Okay, now that I've completed my back,